Good morning, this is Sifu Slim coming to you live from the outdoors. So I've been watching some incredible videos and read some wonderful books by the experts in the field of weight loss and health and metabolism. So I just wanted to share a few thoughts with you this morning. I am a proponent of a balanced lifestyle. A balanced lifestyle means you're moving frequently, especially in the morning. You are getting up to stretch if you have a sitting job, or you're standing, or you're switching between a few different positions. So sitting, standing, changing seats, stretching, all of these things are wonderful for continuing on with a pattern of wellness. So now that brings us to sleep, diet, and downtime. So exercise and downtime are the two things I think we're missing the most from the experts' point of view. That's because we're in a busy modern world, and schedules used to be 8 hours plus family in some cases. Let's say, there are always people working all the time to make it work, to survive, or just because they wanted to. That's not always. I should say hunter-gatherers, when they had food, when they had safety, and they had water, they had a lot of downtime. That's just the way it was. If they had a protein and fat source, they had a lot of downtime. If they were being invaded, if they were on the run, if there wasn't a plentiful food supply or water or weather conditions cooperating, yes, they had a very difficult life or a very long day. So now that brings us to balance. So downtime and movement are the two things that most of the experts are missing. A lot of them are thinking performance-oriented fitness. So let's get the most out of the limited minutes we have. I disagree. That's not the way it is. Recreational movement and not having a limit of time to use our body, move our molecules around, move our blood around. That's the answer for me, because if you get quickly tired, or you get your sweat on, or you burn some calories, or you get some neurological activity in your body, that's not enough. So it's better than nothing, but that's not enough. Recreational physical activity where you're doing something for an hour and a half or 2 hours is so much better. Taking a nap during the day. I mean, you're going to be working a long day, take a nap. And the workplace should have places for people to get that nap. You don't have to be completely out, but rested. Even sometimes 10 minutes, they call those power naps. What about a relaxing 10 minutes? Why do you have to have everything power? You have power when you're up and you're energetic. You don't need power when you're sleeping. So now I want to talk to two people I really admire. One who's actually responded to emails, which is a very rare thing. No offense to those who haven't. I know you've got busy days and 200 or 5,000 emails a day, whatever you have, it's just too many. So you can't do it. So Gary Taubes, the story of insulin and many other things related to hormones, and Dr. Robert Lustig from the San Francisco area, who just got his law degree. Also, he's already an MD, and he deals in pediatrics and the research behind fat and metabolism. So he's an endocrinologist, so he knows the glands very well, and he studied that. Now he's got his law degree, so he can go after the idiots in the supervising bodies and the corporations who are putting out just a bunch of bad information and bad products. I don't have a problem with corporations. Just do the right thing. You don't need to have shelf lives that last a year or 3 years or something like that. Put out good food that has a shelf life that lasts a normal shelf life. People buy it, they eat it. You don't need warehouses full of stuff that to ship around. If people don't eat your stuff, that's good news. You've sold it out. That's the story of food in the world. If they've eaten it, it's off the shelves and it's gone. And if they haven't eaten it and it becomes compost, it becomes compost. That's the way it is. Work that into your costs. Don't make everything $1.50 for food that takes a lot more money. So I am suggesting that Gary Taubes, who's an athletic, has an athletic background, played college football. He says he wasn't very good, but he's a guy who can put on muscle and size, and so that's something I couldn't do, and I couldn't have played college football no matter the era. But so Gary Taubes, quite a gifted mind, interesting person. I like his presentations. Robert Lustig, what an incredible mind. I don't know what you do, Robert, for your physical activity, but if you come to Santa Barbara or wherever I am, I'd love to work with you and show you some of the stuff that I do, because I think that would help you. And you know, the brain is firing because of not just the neurons, but it's firing because of how we oxygenate the brain and provide it nutrition and de-stressing. So if you want your brain to work a long time, you already know this, daily physical and regular during the day physical activity is helping the brain's capacity and the functionality. So what I'm going to say now is that breaking it down to insulin, Gary Taubes talks a lot more than insulin, and carbs, etc., and Robert Lustig talking about leptin. Wonderful information. I think we would be remiss if we didn't acknowledge how important your work has been. But what I'm going to suggest is that the hunter-gatherers didn't need that research. The people back in time, before agriculture, and even during agriculture, didn't need to know about what you're talking about. And it's no offense to you. They just didn't need to know it. They were moving and they were eating less calories, more varied diets, sometimes, not always. Some people, like the tribes in Africa, living on mongongo nuts, it's not a varied diet, but they don't need the research, the modern medical and dietary research. Why is that? Because they knew intuitively and through experience from their tribe what worked and what doesn't work. And if people in the modern era have to watch a video to figure out what works and what doesn't work, that's a problem. They're disconnected. How do you get disconnected? You come outside every morning and you get to know nature and yourself with this wonderful recreational downtime. Okay, my exercise this morning, I've got a golf lesson coming up. I'm at a golf course. I'm here before the place is open. So I'm doing my exercise routine because it's a violent sport and I've been sleeping all night and I want my back and my wrists and my neck and all these things to be invigorated, to be exercised, and to be warmed up before I go out there. I want to connect to myself, to nature too, so I have some feeling. I'm not just listening to a tape of Sam Snead and Gary Player, wonderful people. I've learned a lot from them and still continue to. But I want to go out there and I want to have something from me and from nature and from the universe and from God. I want to have all that stuff come in and be part of my morning. And maybe that will carry over to my day. Wouldn't that be magical? So Gary and Robert, I hope you do a video where you're talking about the balanced lifestyle. And I hope you do it without being in a studio and wearing a nice business shirt and possibly a jacket or a tie. Robert likes to wear ties. And I understand the culture of higher education and hospitals, etc. But how about, you know, getting in shape and going out with a pair of shorts and no shirt or a muscle shirt and saying, hey, here I am in nature. I'm at the sunrise or the sunset, or I'm near a lake or a stream, and this is where we need to be. We need to be outside, recreating with Mother Nature. So that's the message for today from Sifu Slim, author of Sedentary Nation. You can find more information about that at sedentarynation.com. And I'd love to hear some feedback from you about Sedentary Nation and my second book, The Aging Athlete. I hope to have book 2 of The Aging Athlete coming out in the next 2 years. So those are messages about life from very interesting characters. The Aging Athlete, former world-class and current world-class athletes sharing their stories about motivation and mindset and just the interesting lives that they've had. So Sifu Slim, enjoy your day. L'chaim, shalom, right on.